A heck of a good recipe for you. Right, I've got a new series coming out this summer. I'm working in partnership with Beefsteak Club. I am creating some delicious recipes to match with their amazing wines. And I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna make a killer burger recipe for you. And we're gonna make a delicious chimichurri salsa, because this Malbec comes from Argentina, and chimichurri is quite possibly the second greatest thing to come out of Argentina first. All right, so I've got some nice burgers from Heck. They are good, really, really good. I saw them in the supermarket this morning and had one of my moments of clarity and thought, you know what? Yeah, we're doing that. So, really good, thick burgers. I've got a grill pan on, and I want to show you how to make an amazing burger, not just a burger. All right, so some olive oil on the burgers. Plenty of black pepper. Beef loves decent amount of cracked black pepper, okay? And then salt. We'll get them nicely seasoned up. They're quite nice, these burgers, because they're not like really compact and pressed. They've got some texture. They're definitely a good product to have. Let's just test the grill. That sounds good to me. So, down onto the grill. Back of your hands, just press them and then leave them. Right, burgers are cooking. I'm just gonna leave them. Don't touch them. Don't be tempted to fiddle around with them at all. Let them sear. Let them get really good caramelization. That salt will be drawing out the moisture, which will allow it to go lovely and crispy. So while that's all happening, it's time for chimichurri. Argentinian salsa, born for beef. It's absolutely delicious. Red onion, really finely chopped, okay? Take your time, because what you don't want is massive chunks of red onion in your salsa. You want the salsa to amalgamate into this lovely combination of beautiful flavours.
You wouldn't use a white onion or spring onions for this?
No, red onion is the best for this, because it's sort of, you could use shallots, I would have thought, but I think red onion works the best. One sort of small red onion. And I tell you what, once you've tried this, you'll want it with everything. It's so good.
We cook it with, we put it with quite a lot now since you've made it. It's
fresh is amazing. I've been to Argentinian steakhouses in the UK, and it's just green sludge.
Yeah.
It is not chimichurri. Whereas when you make it fresh, it's so simple. Honestly, every barbecue should have chimichurri with it. With chicken, with beef, with fish, with halloumi, you know, vegetables. It's just a good addition. Right, so that is our red onion. So let's get that into the bowl. It's really simple as well, so it's like great for making while you're cooking your beef.
And it's better fresh, isn't it, rather than leaving it sit in the fridge?
Yeah, you want to make it regular, like small batches and often, rather than make it sit it in the fridge for ages, because it's fresh. It's all about that fresh acidity. So garlic clove, smash it, chop it, and whack it in with the onions, okay? And we'll get some red wine vinegar, really important. And that will just make it all lovely and tangy and rich and be good. You can tell I'm quite excited about this recipe.
I was just about to say, you're very excited about this, Pete.
I am. Do you know what? We've got some amazing recipes coming for Beefsteak Club. It's a great product, which is why I wanted to work with these guys. The wines are delicious, pound for pound, such great value, and everyone wants to know what to cook with what wines and things like that. So I just want to demystify it. It's not complicated. It's just matching a few characteristics or dishes that you just know work with the origin of the wine. So we're doing chimichurri, which is from Argentina, Malbec from Argentina. It's a no-brainer, really. It's quite simple. Put the two together. Right, red chili, okay? Nice big red chili. Not massively hot, this one. It's not going to blow your head off, but you are going to know it's there, which I think is really good. Right. matchsticks, and then group them all together and then chop the red chilli nice and fine. Now remember, if you've got any questions at all about today's recipe or any of my recipes that you've seen on our show, just post them in the comments below and I will answer them as quickly as I can. There we go, in with our red chilli. Now, flat leaf parsley, or Italian parsley some people call it. We'll just lose the stalks, don't need those today. And then we're just going to chop this nice and fine. You could use curly parsley if you want, but it's from the devil. I hate it. It's just...
What is the difference? Is it literally just the shape of it?
Yeah, it's all crinkly and curly and hard to chop, and it's got a weird sort of mouthfeel to it. I don't like it. I do not like curly parsley at all.
You don't, do you?
Flat leaf Italian parsley is much better, I think. To be honest, you tend to not see curly that much in the supermarkets.
No, you don't.
We all seem to, I think we've slagged it off that much that the supermarkets have just stopped stocking it now. Right, there we go. In with our parsley. And we're not going to stir this together yet. I don't want the acidity of the onions and the vinegar to start kind of wilting the parsley yet. Okay, we're going to get some oil in there. I'm just going to wash my hands. Right, let's have a little look, see what's going on in our pan. Okay, so I haven't touched this yet. Have a little sneaky peek. Looks good. I'm just going to crank the heat up a touch. So we now want some extra virgin olive oil into our chimichurri. And it's almost like a salad dressing, so you kind of go a 2-to-1 ratio from vinegar. So if you've put a couple of tablespoons of vinegar in, you want 6 tablespoons of oil. And that will just sort of balance it to make sure that it's not too acidic and it's not too oily. I mean, it looks good. There we go. Pop that in there. Okay, burgers are just ticking away. I'm about to turn these over, but before I do, I want to up the beefiness on this, and I'm going to use an OXO cube. Now, normally, you chuck an OXO cube in with a pint of water, wouldn't you? And
yeah.
No, we're going to use it as a seasoning, okay? So, unwrap them. Now, if you don't have OXO cubes wherever you are in the world, you want a beef bouillon cube, all right? But in the UK, we have OXO cubes, don't we?
Yeah.
Where's my grater? Right, I've got a microplane here, so it's a really fine grater. Before we turn this beef over, let's just hit it with some extra beefiness. See? Doesn't that look like a good idea, Emily?
Yeah.
It's just going to make it oomph with beef. Right, pat it down, and then let's turn these burgers over. And now we've got a little bit of beefiness underneath there, cooking away. Let's do a little bit on the top. Oh. There you go. That's a seriously beefy beef burger, if you ask me. Right, now I went to the supermarket. Now, cheeseburgers for me. Let's bypass the cheese. We've got cheesy buns, as Emily calls them. So, little white bread rolls with cheese on the top. So we've already got our cheese for our cheeseburger. It's already there. Lovely. Let's put those to one side. Ready to go. Now, let's take a little bit of our Malbec, okay? We're gonna need a little bit for this. And we're just gonna, now normally when you cook a steak, you would cook it in the pan, whip it out, add a little bit of red wine, a little bit of stock, a little bit of butter and reduce it down. Why can't we do that with our beef burger, okay? This is a good burger. So a little splash of red wine. And then a knob of butter. And then boil it down, and this is just going to make All the little crispy bits on the pan have just lifted up into the red wine. The beef stock that we've grated onto our burger is mixing in there as well. It is going to be the best burger ever. End of story, innit? End of story. So let's get a plate because we are almost ready. Lovely. Got some little greenery there. Feel like we should. I think we're ready to go. Just have to wipe around. Okay. Let's just take our first burger, pop that on there. Can we see this all right, Emily?
Yeah.
Yeah? And then we've got our epic chimichurri. It's tangy, it's garlicky, it's oniony, it's warm. Oh, look at that. And then let's grab some of our reduced sauce with our lovely beefsteak wine in there. So, Malbec reduced. And there we go. That is a killer burger, which deserves an epic glass of Beefsteak Club Malbec wine. What's not to love? Here we go. Argentinian beef burger. Thank you very much.